Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last couple episodes, we started the farming project here, and some comments, maybe some thoughts that were unspoken, is why I only set up one of each of these. This farming component is really a sort of a bit of a proof of concept. For me, we're kind of understanding what it is that this all comes in together to make. And until I know how it all comes together, what I need of each thing, and where this kind of all goes, I'm just kind of doing one of each thing just to understand how it's supposed to work. The thing that I sort of didn't explain was that, and that unlike normally, where you kind of go to the end and figure out what you need to get to there, I wanted to go through each technology as we unlocked it, so that we didn't, as I've been doing all along with the metal stuff that we've been working on up to this point, and the algae stuff we've been working on up to this point, but I didn't know yet where this all leads to, so I didn't want to skip to the end and then work my way back. I wanted to just do each piece, at least in a demonstrative way, before we got to that point. So, that said, here we are, back again. I have moved these down quite a bit, and the reason I did that will be evident, might not be till next week. Maybe the next episode, but may not be till next week. And here comes the darkness, which means the lights are going to kick on, at least the lighted power poles. I'm glad that I switched to using those, even though they take a little bit more effort to make. I think it's worth it for YouTube here. So we're still, of course, cranking out the landfill, and I needed to use a bit of it here. I think I used a few thousand here just to get this a little bit bigger, a couple thousand, maybe not a few. But today's task is going to be fermentation. That's going to give us the ability to make, actually, let's go ahead and click it, fermentation base, either from corn or fruits. Well, we have corn, as we discovered last time. We do not have fruits yet, but then we can turn that fermentation base into ethanol gas, acetic acid, and then we can turn the ethanol gas plus sulfuric acid into ethylene gas and sulfuric wastewater. We're not going to do this one yet. We're going to do these ones here, of course, and then we will do, and then we'll save that other one for some other point later in the game. And so, as I said earlier, I want to do each technology as we learn it, but that doesn't mean that we're necessarily going to do everything in every unlock, just because it's kind of a little bit infeasible. I wanted to glance at this real quick. Liquefiers and liquefiers. Okay, we need liquefiers. You don't say. Let's just make like 5 of them. That should be fine. So we know we need corn, and so we need to look through here. Since I moved these, of course, I have a little bit of imbalance here, but this one is corn. I'm going to mark it. Oh, I didn't have to grab any belts. Doggone. I'll grab a few. Hopefully that'll be enough. This one is cellulose fiber. We have no need for that right now. This is leaves and cellulose fiber. This one is beans, and this is corn again. So let's put another belt marker there. I'm going to clear that flashy thing so we don't have to deal with the flashy things. Pips and crystal dust. Oops. Nuts. Beans again, and leaves and nuts. So we have the two that have the stuff here. I want to make I also added a couple new mods. The first one is this one. It is inserter throughput. This will tell us how much we can expect, in ideal conditions, this inserter to move as it's placed, wherever it's placed. So up against this machine, coming out into an unknown, it can move up to 2.4 items per second, which we knew that. The reason for that is the fact that it's got a 432 degree rotation and can move 2 items at once. If we flip it to this point here, in the past, we've been counting that as twice as much, but it's not actually, because it has to output that stuff onto a belt, and it can't drop both items at one time. So when we were counting it before as 4.8, that's not a true statement. Based on the speed of this belt, this mod is calculating this at a 3.75 items per second transfer rate, which is considerably less than what I was counting it as. We're going to go here. So we'll do that, and then we'll also need to put, of course, a power pole in here. And then I want to do the same thing over here for this one. and then I want to just do that. And that'll get us a belt of corn, output from a combination of wheaten and I forgot which one this one is even. Prime Dedalian. All right, so we have that, and we have our technology done. Instead of going through a hell mod calculation for this, I'm going to just kind of wing it, I think, and we'll figure out how this kind of works together to start with. Let's maybe go up a little bit here. So we need to make our, it's probably over here, yes, our fermentation base from corn, because that's the item we have. And so it needs, let's see, this machine is a crafting speed of 1.5. It needs 10 corn, so times 1.5 every 4 seconds, 15 every 4 seconds, so about almost 4 per second, plus some water to make 75 fermentation base every times 1.5 every 4 seconds, so a little over 100 every 4 seconds, so 30 almost, I think, per second. We could do the math on that. We could get a calculator out too, of course. And then we can make from this a couple of things directly. One of those is acetic acid, vinegar, which is needs 100 fermentation base every 4 seconds. Again, 1.5 items per second crafting speed. And we can also make ethanol at a rate of 50 every 4 seconds using 100 fermentation base. So since these will need together 200, that means we're going to need to have 3 of these to make enough of the fermentation base, assuming these are running nonstop. And this is just, of course, some quick back of napkin math. We also need to deal with this compost. We could use it, perhaps, if we shipped it up to... God, where are we even using that compost at? Here. We could put it in here and prioritize the input and all of that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make a composter. And I'm going to compost the compost till it becomes nothing. Because that seems like the easy way to handle this. That can go there. And let's see, we'll do this, I think. You can go that way, you can go that way. And we'll go up to something else up here. And again, I'll put some more stuff in there eventually. They also need water here. Let's do... How do I want to handle this, actually? Well, let's do it the expensive way, just for fun. Belt will come through here. Of course, that'll be the corn. And then we'll do this like this. And I'm just going to do it like that. And then we'll grab some water. And we'll need a water pump for that water. There. Yes. Grab some water. Grab some water. Of course it's too far. I'll do it this way then. We could move this all down. Why the heck not? Make the bots do some work for once. Alright, there we go. Water. And then this can connect up to that. And then we just need some power in here. Oh. Guess I should have thought about that too. Oh, that'll be fine. We probably only need 1 inserter per machine. So we'll do like that. And then I guess I need some more of those too. I really didn't stock up before I started today. Do it there. I may have to change it later. I'm not going to worry about it for right now. Okay, so this will go here, this will go there, and then you can connect up over there with something. And that'll at least get us a little bit of this. There we go. A little bit of this going. As soon as you get to the corn there, and of course as soon as somebody puts in the inserters. Like that. And of course they're going to use 1/2 more than the other, but really between these two machines I kind of don't really care much. Alright, so we're making those two things, and then we just need to manage the, oh, I should have done that differently then. I shouldn't have done this way. I should have done it more like this one. So that I could have a belt here for the compost coming out. Not there, but there. You, and then I can put those back in like that. Bingo. Okay. Let's see. And then output here and here. You're going to need power there. And then that needs to go into that composter that we built. And I'm just going to put that right in here. That will do something. One more. That'll pick up from here. And it's going to output to here, but it's going to output in this way. And the reason for that is so that this gets some priority, which is the feedback compost from this, so that the compost, which turns, you can't see the recipe, it turns 5 compost into 1 compost. And we won't see the other 2 because these are full. It turns 5 compost into 1 compost, outputs the 1 compost onto the belt, and then puts that one back in so they can be recomposted into compost. So that takes care of those, and that's actually a very sort of simple start to this. And then the next step, which is going to actually be the next episode, is going to be a couple of compound things. First of all, resins. Resins will unlock a couple of different things. One of those is advanced electronics, which requires a lot of other things we haven't made yet. Also, we can actually flag it. It'll unlock or lead toward resin 1, which is part of the oil processing component here, the petrochem component, which we obviously don't have yet either. Needs advanced chemistry and water treatment and then nitrogen processing. So that's not where we're going. Where we're going is temperate arboretum. And so we're going to unlock these for the next episode. But the temperate arboretum is similar to the wood process we have now, except that instead of it releasing generic tree seeds, it will release temperate tree seeds, which we can then use to make, in addition to the trees, raw bioresin, which we can then use to make into liquid resin with, surprise, surprise, some of this here ethanol. So that'll be the next episode, and we will take a look at that on Friday. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.